Milena was a hard-working, kind-hearted woman in her 30s who lived in a small town called Siena in Italy where everyone knew her. Her kindness and helpfulness made her a beloved figure among her neighbors. She worked in a local warehouse together with her longtime friend, Anna. The two shared not only the same workplace, but also a solid and sincere friendship. Milena was deeply in love with Pedro, a young man from a good family who won her heart from the first moment they met. Their relationship was based on trust, complicity and mutual love, and they planned to build a future together. While Milena was happily married to Pedro, Anna had yet to find love. She admired Milena's relationship with Pedro, but felt she was missing someone special in her own life. Later on, however, fate had surprises in store for Anna. One starry, serene night, Pedro invited Milena for a romantic walk followed by a special dinner. He took her to a charming garden full of colorful flowers and soft lights, creating a magical and welcoming atmosphere. Under the soft glow of the moon and the scent of the flowers, Pedro held Milena's hands tenderly and looked deeply into her eyes. In a soft voice full of emotion, Pedro expressed all the love and admiration he felt for Milena. He recalled the happy moments they had shared together, the laughter, the tears and the dreams they had built side by side. Then, kneeling in front of her, Pedro took a small box out of his pocket and opened it, revealing a beautiful engagement ring shining in the starlight. Milena was speechless at such a beautiful and moving scene. Her heart overflowed with joy and emotion as she realized that the long-awaited moment had arrived. With tears in her eyes and a radiant smile on her face, she accepted Pedro's proposal, sealing their love and commitment with a sweet kiss. As they walked back home, Milena could hardly contain the happiness that overflowed from her heart. She couldn't wait to share the exciting news with her best friend, Anna, knowing that she would be equally thrilled with the news and eager to help her with the wedding preparations. Anna felt immense joy at her friend Milena's special moment. She was thrilled to see her taking this important step in her life alongside Pedro. However, as she witnessed Milena's radiant happiness, Anna also began to reflect on her own love life. As they walked together through the quiet streets of the small town, Anna couldn't help but wonder if one day she would find someone who would love her in the same way that Pedro loved Milena. She longed to experience the same kind of deep and meaningful connection that she saw in her friend. Despite the genuine joy she felt for Milena's happiness, a feeling of nostalgia and longing began to grow in her heart. She longed to find someone with whom she could share her dreams, her fears and her life. As they continued on their way under the soft glow of the moon, Anna kept these feelings close to her heart, promising herself to remain open to the love and happiness that the future could hold for her. One sunny day, as Anna strolled through the picturesque streets of Italy, she bumped into a young man called Danilo. The shock of the encounter caused Anna to fall to the ground, but Danilo quickly approached her to help her up, expressing his concern and offering help. Translated with deepl.com, free version, with a kind smile, Danilo apologized for the incident and asked Anna her name. As a gesture of courtesy, he invited her to lunch, suggesting that he pay as compensation for what had happened. Anna, surprised by the stranger's kindness, accepted the invitation, and the two went to a nearby restaurant together. Over lunch, Anna and Danilo began to talk and discovered that they had a lot in common. To their surprise, they discovered that they lived in neighboring towns, which increased their connection even more. They shared stories, laughs and dreams while enjoying a delicious Italian meal under the hot midday sun. The chance meeting evolved into an instant friendship, and soon the two were meeting regularly for walks, dinners and lively conversations. Over time, the friendship blossomed into a passionate romance, with Anna and Danilo discovering the wonders of love and complicity together. Anna was overjoyed with the new romance she had found with Danilo. She couldn't wait to share the news with her dear friend Milena, who had always been by her side in good times and bad. When Anna told Milena about Danilo and how he had changed her life in such a special way, Milena was genuinely happy for her friend. She smiled with joy at seeing Anna so radiant and fulfilled next to someone who made her happy. The two friends shared moments of complicity and joy, further strengthening the special bond that united them. They felt complete next to their beloved, confident that they had found true love and the happiness they so deserved. However, fate had other plans in store for Anna. Amidst the happiness of her new relationship, Anna began to experience worrying health symptoms, such as intense headaches and frequent dizziness. Concerned for her friend, Milena realized that something wasn't right and insisted that Anna see a doctor. Translated with deepl.com, free version, Anna was reluctant at first, afraid of what she might discover, but Milena reassured her, promising to be by her side at all times. With a heart full of gratitude for Milena's sincere friendship, Anna finally agreed to seek medical help, knowing that her friend would be there to support her no matter what. With a worried heart, Anna waited anxiously in the waiting room next to Milena to be seen by the doctor. Uncertainty hung in the air as they exchanged apprehensive glances, waiting for news about Anna's health. Finally, Dr. Mauricio called Anna in to begin a series of detailed examinations, determined to find answers to the worrying symptoms she had been experiencing. As the hours dragged by, Milena stayed by Anna's side, offering her support and comfort during this difficult time. When Anna finally returned to the waiting room, her nervous expression reflected the seriousness of the situation. The two friends looked at the doctor, hoping for any sign of hope or relief. However, Mauricio's serious countenance indicated bad news. With the test results in hand, he revealed to Anna and Milena that she was suffering from a brain tumor and would need immediate treatment to prepare for surgery. A heavy silence hung over the room as the doctor's words echoed in Anna and Milena's minds. Shock and fear mixed with tears began to well up in the eyes of the two friends. They hugged each other, seeking mutual comfort in the face of the terrible news that would change Anna's life forever. With her heart in anguish and her mind clouded by the shock of the news, Anna left the doctor's office, feeling upset and helpless. Milena immediately followed her friend, determined to offer her all the support and comfort she needed at this difficult time. When they got home, Anna collapsed on Milena's lap, letting all the emotions inside her escape. Between sobs and tears, Anna expressed her confusion, fear and frustration at the terrible situation she was facing. She wondered why something so unfair had happened to her, and how she could cope. With tenderness and compassion, Milena held her friend tightly, listening attentively to every word Anna blurted out. She promised to be by Anna's side every step of the way, facing together this challenge that had arisen in their lives. Milena emphasized that, even in the darkest moments, they would not be alone, because one would always be there for the other. Embraced, the two friends shared a moment of comforting silence, finding strength and solace in each other's presence. Knowing that they had each other to lean on, Anna felt a ray of hope penetrate the darkness that surrounded her, illuminating the uncertain path ahead. Danilo arrived at Anna's house unaware of the terrible news she had received. Seeing Anna distraught and sad, he immediately realized that something was wrong and asked her what was going on. With tear-filled eyes, Anna told Danilo about the brain tumor diagnosis she had received, leaving him shocked and stunned by the seriousness of the situation. Without hesitation, Danilo wrapped Anna in a comforting hug, promising to be by her side and support her every step of the way. He tried to convey words of comfort and optimism, assuring Anna that everything would work out in the end. However, even as he expressed his unconditional support for Anna, Danilo couldn't help but feel a twinge of worry and uncertainty in his heart. He wondered how he would cope with Anna's illness, and whether he would be able to face the challenges that lay ahead. As Anna had to take time off work to take the preparatory exams and deal with the stress that accompanied the discovery of her diagnosis, Danilo began to distance himself more and more from her. His attention and support diminished, leaving Anna feeling helpless and confused by the change in her partner's behavior. As she watched the situation unfold, Milena, Anna's loyal friend, couldn't understand how someone could abandon the love of their life at such a difficult time. For Milena, Anna was more than a friend, she was like a sister, and Milena was willing to do anything to help her overcome this challenge. Despite the sadness and frustration she felt at seeing Anna's suffering, Milena remained by her side, offering her unwavering support and comforting presence. She became Anna's pillar of strength, always ready to listen, comfort and encourage her friend in her most difficult moments. As Anna faced her fears and uncertainties about her health and future, she found solace in Milena's sincere friendship and unconditional support. Together, they navigated the storms of life, further strengthening the special bond that united them and proving that true love and true friendship are capable of overcoming any obstacle. With a thread of hope still present in her heart, Anna decides to call Danilo, trying to understand the reason for his estrangement. But when she receives the call, Danilo answers coldly and distantly, as if Anna were a complete stranger. Anna, confused and hurt, asks why he's not there and receives a rude and insensitive response from Danilo. He confesses that he can't cope with the difficult situation Anna is facing and decides to move away, leaving her even more helpless and desolate, now not only with the diagnosis, but also with the abandonment by those she had hoped would help her. Then Milena's long-awaited wedding day arrived. On the day of her best friend Milena's wedding, Anna was unable to attend due to her failing health. While Milena celebrated her big day, Anna remained at home, heartbroken at not being able to be there to share that special moment with her friend. Even though she was physically absent, Anna's thoughts remained with Milena, wishing her all the happiness in the world at her wedding. Meanwhile, Milena understood her friend's situation perfectly and advised Anna to rest, assuring her that she would be there for her if she needed anything. As Milena's wedding unfolded, Anna began to feel worse and worse at home. Suddenly, she was startled out of bed when she realized she was bleeding from the nose. With her heart racing and her hands trembling, Anna tried to call Milena for help and support. However, the phone just rang, with no answer on the other end of the line. Despair began to take hold of Anna as she tried to call again and again, to no avail. She knew she needed urgent help and feared what might happen if she couldn't get in touch with her friend. Anna runs desperately through the streets after Milena, but her legs become weak and Anna faints and falls to the ground with her cell phone in her hand, and Milena's phone number appears on the screen. Soon a young man who was going to buy bread for his mother, sees Anna on the ground with a lot of blood on her blouse, screams for help, and people appear to help him, and he sees Milena's number on her cell phone. Milena's cell phone rings in her hands as she prepares to enter her wedding ceremony. When she sees Anna's number on the screen, a shiver runs down her spine and a dark feeling takes hold of her heart. She answers the call, expecting to hear the excited voice of her friend, but is greeted by the voice of a stranger, informing her that Anna has been found unconscious in the street, with blood on her blouse. A choked cry escapes Milena's lips as despair overtakes her. Without a second thought, she leaves her fiancé and all the guests at the altar and runs out of the church, ignoring the shocked looks and worried voices calling out to her. Outside, she finds a crowd of people surrounding Anna, who is lying on the ground, pale and motionless. With her heart squeezed with anguish, Milena kneels beside her friend, holding her hand tightly and trying to hold back the tears that threaten to overflow. As the paramedics arrive to help Anna, Milena whispers words of encouragement and promises of support in her ear, vowing never to leave her alone. She feels consumed by guilt for not having been there for her friend when she needed her most. Determined to do everything in her power to help Anna recover, Milena accompanies her to the hospital, without thinking twice about leaving her own marriage behind. For Milena, her friend's health and well-being are infinitely more important than any celebration or party. Milena goes to the emergency room in her wedding dress and accompanies her friend, but she can't get into the operating room. She is desperate for her friend, but has to wait in the waiting room. Pedro, Milena's fiancé, arrives at the emergency room already aware of the situation his fiancée is facing. When she sees him, Milena feels a mixture of tension and fear, fearing that he will reprimand her for leaving the altar on her wedding day. However, to her surprise and relief, Pedro shows compassion and empathy for Anna's difficult situation. He understands the importance of being there for a friend in times of need, even if it means postponing his own plans. With a trembling smile and eyes watering with gratitude, Milena feels a weight being lifted from her shoulders. She realizes how generous and compassionate Pedro is, and feels blessed to have a partner who supports her unconditionally, even in the most challenging moments. Together, Pedro and Milena wait anxiously for news about Anna's state of health, united by their common love and concern for their dear friend. Meanwhile, in the hospital corridor, Anna undergoes surgery, surrounded by the best medical care and Milena's comforting presence in her heart. With a sigh of relief and tears of happiness in their eyes, Milena and Pedro receive the good news from the doctor. Their hearts overflow with gratitude and joy when they learn that Anna's surgery was a success and that she is finally free of the tumor that haunted her days of anguish and uncertainty. In an emotional embrace, Milena and Pedro share their mutual relief and happiness that Anna has overcome yet another challenge. They know that the road to recovery will still be long, but they are determined to be by Anna's side every step of the way. With a radiant smile, Milena runs to hug her friend, while Pedro stays by her side, offering his support and affection. Together, they celebrate Anna's victory over the disease, further strengthening the bonds of friendship and love that unite them. In the end, Anna's life is saved, not only by the skill of the doctors, but also by the unwavering support and comforting presence of her friends and loved ones. And in Milena's heart, she knows that there is nothing she wouldn't do for her friend, because true love and true friendship are capable of overcoming any obstacle. The moral of this story is that true love and true friendship are capable of overcoming life's most difficult and challenging moments. This story reminds us of the importance of being there for each other in times of need, showing that together we are stronger and capable of overcoming even the most difficult challenges in life.